also not coming in because an official statement has not been put out yet. But this did take place when he was speaking with a candidate of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. Most of the leaders that you see in the recent past have been canvassing, have been going and meeting there and giving speeches at prefectures and provinces where their party leaders are representing the party.
Okay, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Geeta, getting us all of those details as far as that development from Japan is concerned. Thankfully, the Prime Minister is safe, and the attacker who threw a smoke bomb at the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has now been arrested. The burial of gangster Atiq Ahmed's son Assad is to take place any moment now. The bodies of the slain gangsters Assad and Muhammad Ghulam are en route, in fact, to Prayagraj, where they will be buried. Don Atiq, who was earlier denied permission to attend the funeral, has sought the court's permission to attend the last rites. Assad's mother, who is also an accused in the case, is on the run. She might just surrender, is what we are picking up. Ghulam's family, meanwhile, the other, in fact, gangster who was shot down by the police, his body is not getting accepted by his family. His wife's family instead will perform his last rites. Security has been beefed up in Prayagraj ahead of the burial. Meanwhile, Atiq and his brother Ashraf's grilling by the police in the Umesh Pal murder case is going to continue. Atiq's brother-in-law, Atiq Ahmed, is also likely to be produced in court on Saturday. He is an accused in the Umesh Pal murder case as well. The hunt, meanwhile, is on to nab Guddu Muslim.
On the day of the funeral of Assad, heavy security force have been deployed here at the Chakia area, and you can see in the visuals how the UP police is all set and all ready to take the charge and control if any adverse situation arises. You can see on the other side how the women, the neighborhood of Atiq Ahmed, have come here. They want to see Assad's body, and that is why the police has restricted them in this area, and they are trying to manage the situation. Now, yesterday itself, when it was said that Assad's body will arrive, the neighborhood, the people who are known to them have started to gather here with heavy security deployment. Assad's body will be taken from here towards the funeral ground, the cremation ground, and there itself the body will be cremated. But the visuals today in the morning clearly gives an indication that the police has taken the charge, not only just the barricade but also a heavy security deployment, which clearly says that today, amid any possibility, precautions have been taken, and it's only about the time when Assad's body will arrive and will move towards the Kasari Masari cremation ground where the last rites will be performed. In Prayagraj with cameraman Rohit, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
एनकाउंटर फर्जी था या सही था? कुछ बोलेंगे? जी जी बोलिए।
अल्लाह की चीज थी, अल्लाह ने ले लिया,
लेकिन गलत तरीके से लिया गया है।
Abhishek Mishra is getting us more details on that story, joining us from Prayagraj, where in fact the burial of the gangster is going to take place any moment now. Abhishek, what more details do you have with us, and also take us through the kind of arrangements that have been made?
Well, certainly, Sneha, all arrangements have been done, and now here at the Kasari Masari funeral ground where I am right now, you can see in the visuals how heavy security has been deployed. Only the people who are allowed, are close to the family of Atiq Ahmed and they are known, are coming here. The police is taking their identity and then only allowing them inside the burial ground. Now, what was also very important, look at the number of security personals, not just UP police, RAF, and more than 200 police personals and security forces are here, which certainly give us an indication that the police is all prepared for any adverse situation. Now, we have also noticed that throughout, not just here at the ground, but approximately about a kilometer, there is a very strict vigilance. There are several barricades. Only the known of Atiq Ahmed and the families are allowed, and the media has been allowed. But you see how the whole situation has been managed. Now, as far as the body is concerned, it is expected within a few minutes, approximately approximately 10 to 15 minutes. The body will arrive here, and just in front of us you can see how the relatives of Atiq Ahmed are now taking the things which are required for the procedure. They are taking out some of these baskets, some other stuff which will be required for the burial process. That also come here. You can see in the visual the person who is coming here is one of the grandfather, one of the cousins.
क्यों बुलाया जा रहा है? आखिर क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के घर में करोड़ों रुपए मिले? क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के ऑफिस में करोड़ों रुपए मिले? क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के साथियों के घर में कोई सोने के बिस्किट मिले? आज तक आम आदमी पार्टी के एक भी नेता, एक भी मंत्री, एक भी विधायक के खिलाफ 1 रुपए के भ्रष्टाचार का सबूत केंद्र सरकार की एक भी एजेंसी देश के सामने नहीं रख पाई। उन्होंने कहा हजारों करोड़ का घोटाला हो गया, लेकिन आज तक एक नया पैसा भी भ्रष्टाचार का आम आदमी पार्टी के किसी भी नेता के खिलाफ नहीं मिला है। तो फिर केंद्र सरकार की, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जो ये जांच एजेंसियां हैं, ये अरविंद केजरीवाल को क्यों बुला रही हैं? ये अरविंद केजरीवाल को इसलिए बुला रही हैं क्योंकि वो अरविंद केजरीवाल की आवाज को दबाना चाहते हैं। वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को डराना चाहते हैं। वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को धमकाना चाहते हैं। क्योंकि आज अगर देश में एक नेता है जो केंद्र सरकार के खिलाफ आवाज उठा रहा है, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के खिलाफ आवाज उठा रहा है, जो 10 साल की नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार की नाकामी को देश के सामने रख रहा है, वो नेता अरविंद केजरीवाल है। मोदी जी को सरकार चलाते हुए तकरीबन 10 साल हो गए। वही मोदी जी जिन्होंने 2014 में कहा था कि बहुत हुई महंगाई की वार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार। लेकिन सिर्फ एक अरविंद केजरीवाल हैं जो बार बार इस मुद्दे को उठाते रहे हैं कि मोदी सरकार आने के बाद महंगाई का दर एक आम इंसान के लिए बढ़ता जा रहा है। आज आप देश में देखिए तो पेट्रोल के दाम, डीजल के दाम, एलपीजी के दाम, हर चीज के दाम बढ़ गए हैं और मोदी जी के राज में बढ़े हैं। आज मोदी जी की 10 साल की सरकार के बाद भारत में एलपीजी का दाम पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा है। कैसे चलाएगा एक आम आदमी अपना घर? पिछले 6 साल में पेट्रोल के दाम 100% बढ़ गए हैं। पूरे देश में स्वास्थ्य की व्यवस्था चरमरा गई है। अस्पताल नहीं है, अस्पताल में डॉक्टर नहीं है, आईसीयू के बेड नहीं है, बच्चों के जाने के लिए स्कूल नहीं है, युवाओं के लिए कॉलेज नहीं है, जो युवा पढ़ लिख के निकलते हैं उनके पास नौकरियां नहीं है। आज देश में 5 करोड़ युवा बेरोजगार हैं और ये 10 साल की मोदी जी की देन है। आज देश में हमारे 22 करोड़ लोग कुपोषित हैं, ये मोदी जी की देन है। तो अगर देश की जनता गरीब होती जा रही है, महंगाई से मार खा रही है, अपना घर नहीं चला पा रही है, तो देश का पैसा जा कहां रहा है? और देश का पैसा कहां जा रहा है, इस पर सवाल उठाने वाला आज के दिन में एक ही आदमी है, अरविंद केजरीवाल, और एक ही पार्टी है, आम आदमी पार्टी, जो बार बार इस मुद्दे को उठा रही है कि जब देश की जनता गरीब हो रही है तो मोदी जी के दोस्त अमीर होते जा रहे हैं। मोदी जी के ही दोस्त हैं जो 2014 में जिनके पास 60,000 करोड़ का उनकी आमदनी, उनकी नेटवर्थ थी, और मोदी जी के प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद उनके खास दोस्तों की नेटवर्थ 11 लाख करोड़ हो जाती है। तो आज जब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी इस भ्रष्टाचार को उजागर करते हैं कि किस तरह से देश की जनता गरीब होती जा रही है और मोदी जी के दोस्तों का पैसा बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो मोदी जी अरविंद केजरीवाल को चुप कराना चाहते हैं। जब अरविंद केजरीवाल दिल्ली की विधानसभा के पटल पर मोदी जी के भ्रष्टाचार का परत दर परत खुलासा करते हैं, तो मोदी जी अरविंद केजरीवाल को चुप कराना
They're firefighting what they have to face now, given that the national convener of the AAP and Delhi Chief Minister is going to be questioned tomorrow. More news coming in amid heavy security. Assad's body has arrived. Pictures on your screen are live right now from Prayagraj. That's the burial ground where Assad is going to be buried any moment now. This is the body reaching the Prayagraj cemetery. Assad's burial to be held any moment now. We'll be going across quickly to my colleague Abhishek Mishra any moment. What he was telling us earlier was that there is tight security in this area. All the close relatives who are there at the site right now have been asked to produce an identity card. Their names are getting registered with the police as well. Remember, his father had in fact, Atiq Ahmed had in fact approached court saying that he wants to attend the burial of his son. These are details in fact and visuals live on your screen from Prayagraj, where Gangster Assad's body has reached and the burial will be held. The ceremony is going to be held any time now. Abhishek Mishra is getting us all of those details. The last rites any moment now. Abhishek, what more can you tell us?
Well, certainly, Sneha, the body has arrived here and only a few relatives and the family members of Atiq Ahmed are here. You see exclusively on India Today, that is just in front of us. The procedure has begun. The burial of his body will be done here. And you can see in the visuals how people, the relatives of Assad, Atiq Ahmed, have surrounded the body there. Heavy security deployment is here. As I told you earlier also, more than 200 police personnel, RAF are there. Nobody is allowed. Only a few, hardly 40 to 50 people were allowed to come inside, and the process has begun. The body was directly brought here, and then you can see in the visuals how some of the people who have come here have gathered there. The proceeding has begun. They will in a few minutes, hardly a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, the whole procedure will be done. But amid tight security and the kind of resistance which was also seen at the Chakia area where the Assad's or Atiq Ahmed's residence is situated, there were women who were trying to come. They were stopped by the police personnel because of the situation which might actually go out of hand. That is the only reason that strict vigilance has been done here. And look at the visuals. These are the visuals where the last rites have been performed. It's only a matter of few time. And as I said earlier also, that Assad's encounter, then yesterday it was said that his body will come, but because of the proceedings and the family not reaching there, it took a lot of time. But right now, the pictures which you can see exclusively on India Today, where Assad's body is being cremated here, buried under the soil, and that is something which will certainly say an end of another generation of Atiq Ahmed, and that too in the case of Umesh Pal murder. One of the main accused, one of the shooter who was shot dead by UPSTF in Jhansi day before yesterday. But today the pictures where you can certainly see that the last rite has been performed here. And look at the whole ground now. Nobody is here. This is the Kasai Masai burial ground, and there is nobody here. Only the relatives, only a few known of the Atiq Ahmed and family have been allowed here. So that is what we can certainly see. You also see how the police personnel are also, recording through the camera the whole situation, the atmosphere. If there are any thing which should be taken into consideration, every minute detail has been recorded. Who is coming, who is going. There is only few people, as I said, have been allowed. So strict vigilance, and we've also seen how there are fire services at the same time. More than 2 to 3 companies of the UP police and RAF are already deployed here. So that is the only reason, and the pictures are clearly evident enough. The kind of action which was taken by the UPSTF, where the encounter was done in Jhansi, and Assad, the main shooter, along with Ghulam, was shot down by the UPSTF. And now the last rites have been performed, and see how only a few people are here, and the process has begun.
What
it
more
will
can you
not
tell
take
us?
much time because the police also at the Chakia has said that not much time and not much gathering will be allowed, and that is the only reason that today's picture where the last rites have been performed and Assad's body has already arrived here at the burial ground. Yes.
What about the mother? Abhishek, what can you tell us about the mother's whereabouts? Because there was speculation.
Well, yes, there is
Yes.
no information as far. Well, certainly, Sneha, there is no information on Assad's mother, Shaista, because we haven't seen her anywhere. We have been following the whole, procedure here, so we haven't encountered with her, although we have spoken to the ACP crime, and he said that they also have no information and only close relatives were allowed. So as such, there is no information, and we haven't seen her also in physical, her physical presence here. So that is something which I don't think there is now any more possibility, because the last rite are already going on. You can see that the procedure has already begun. The process has begun. So there is no chance now that Shaista now will be able to see her son for the last time. But yes, indeed, a lot of speculations were there. Even Atiq has moved an application in the CGM court to being able to, participate in this last procedure. But that was also not in the picture now anymore. But what is happening here at the Kasai Masai, this burial ground, which you can clearly see on your screens, that the last rites have been underway, and in just a matter of few minutes, Assad's body will be buried under the soil in Prayagraj, where the encounter happened on that day, Umesh Pal murder, and today is the last day when Assad's body will be buried here in Prayagraj.
Yes. And we'll put those, pictures out for our viewers also in just a few moments from now. But, Abhishek, all of you have been reporting in the manner in which Assad took to crime as a child. At the age of 12, when these are pictures exclusively with India Today, we'll put that out in a moment from now. Juxtapose them with the pictures from today. The man getting buried is a 19-year-old gangster who was encouraged to fire shots in the air, who was allowed to even hold a revolver, Abhishek, at the age of 12.
Well, certainly, and it is something which is the result of the kind of, nourishment has been given to this child, 19-year-old young child, but his destiny wasn't destined to go further. Again, we'll show you the visuals, how the procedure is going on. It is very, shocking also at the moment, because the involvement of Assad in this whole conspiracy, not just Atiq was involved, there were also, leads that Atiq and Assad had a lot of exchange of words. Even when Atiq was inside the Sabarmati jail, the whole conspiracy was made, the whole plan was executed very well, with, involving Assad, at the same time Ashraf, the brother of Atiq Ahmed. And it is quite ironic also that, Atiq Ahmed, he's already given punishment in another case, and the police has taken the remand. He's already in the custody at the Dhumalganj police station. So that is also, that interrogation is also going on the other side. But his son Assad, just 19-year-old young boy, who not only got on the radar by the UPSTF, but it is only a repercussions, and it's only the result of the kind of, nourishment and the kind of treatment Assad has given to him and to the family, and that is the only result which is very much visible today. Pictures just in front of us, the last procedures and the process is going on. You can see how there are a big number of, not very much, but yes, only the people who are allowed there are there. And just in a matter of few minutes, the procedure will be over, and Assad's body will finally be cremated at the Kasai Masai burial ground here in Prayagraj. Yes.
Right. And once again, for our viewers, the pictures on the left side of your screen are from the burial ground, where the gangster is going to get buried. Just 7 years ago, you see Assad on your screen on the right side, a child, a 12-year-old in a wedding ceremony, was allowed to use a gun, a pistol there. He was in fact firing in the air. And then in the background, we heard his uncle, Ashraf, who's also behind bars now, and father, Atiq Ahmed, cheering him on, encouraging him to use a revolver, barely a child, 12 years of age, and allowed to use a pistol. Abhishek, what we're also hearing is that when Atiq was first informed about the fact that his son has been gunned down in an encounter, his reaction was that of regret, saying that I am responsible for what has happened, isn't it?
Well, certainly, Sneha, and it is, the kind of information we got that he broke down. He was shocked. He couldn't believe for a moment that such a thing has happened. People has also seen him crying inside. He was numb. He wasn't able to speak much. But yesterday, we followed him for about 2 hours in Prayagraj when he was taken to the medical college here. His medical was done. And then we asked him about what he has to say about this incident, the encounter. He was again numb, didn't say anything. He was very quiet. Only Ashraf said that Allah ki cheez thi, Allah ke paas chali gayi. That means he was Assad was given by Allah and he has now reached there. That was the only one-liner given by Ashraf. But Atiq, for instance, didn't say anything. That clearly shows that Atiq wasn't expecting this result of the kind of training, of the kind of nourishment he has given to that 11-year-old boy. And initially, it must be only about the kind of, playing with guns or, getting that environment within the family. But today is the result of it. Because that incident of Umesh Pal murder, one of the main accused, he was very much visible there in the CCTV footage. And police, UP-STF and UP police, it took a lot of struggle for them as well. 48 days. It took 48 days for the UP-STF to shut him down, to get him. And after the encounter, which was done day before yesterday in Jhansi, a lot of questions was answered. There were a lot of allegations on the government about, not being very active on the case. They have not been able to get the main accused. But just after the encounter, the narrative changed completely. And now there are also voices about the kind of encounter policy the UP government has. But, all these politics which was also surrounded today, this is the real picture of something which gives a clear indication. If something of that sort will happen, the end result is this only, and nobody could be barred. And Atiq Ahmed, who has been a mafia not for 1, 2, 3 years, but for decades, and it took so much time, almost 45 years, for Atiq Ahmed to get a sentence, to get a punishment in any case. And his son, who for the first time commit such a crime, but got the result, got the punishment immediately within 48 days of the incident where he was shot dead by the UP-STF in Jhansi. And today's picture, which are very much evident, is the result of that incident, that mafiagiri, that crime which he committed along with his father and his uncle. And the procedure is already underway. You can see in the visuals how the people there are now performing the last rites, and his body is on the ground, surrounded by the people who have come here, the known, the relatives, the family members who are here participating in this burial process.
Abhishek, coming back to you in a moment from now. This is the burial process which is underway. We have some more news coming in. This woman on your screens. On the left side, it's a woman in a burqa wanting to enter the cemetery. Says, want to pay my last respects to Assad. Suspicion over this woman in a burqa outside the cemetery. This is the burial ground and the woman. We'll put that visual out once again for our viewers. It's a woman in a burqa who insists on entering the burial ground. However, is not producing an identity card is what we hear. The police is asking her to produce an ID card, given that there are concerns about security. And the police is asking an identity card from everyone who is present at the burial ground as we speak. However, the woman has been unable to produce this identity card. We'll put out that visual once again of the woman in a burqa who's insistent on taking part in the last rites. Insistent on going to the burial ground, however, is right now not being allowed by the police.
काफी जान लो
बिना नाम एंट्री नहीं
ले आओ मिट्टी में ये देख लेंगे ले आओ ये हम देखेंगे
नहीं अभी नहीं कोई आया
तो फिर बस फिर जाने दो जहाँ है वहाँ देख लेंगे
आईडी मेरे पास है प्लीज इनको जाने
हाँ लाइए आईडी लाइए आईडी लाइए
आप हटिए तो यहाँ से
नहीं आईडी दे दीजिए ना गिर जाएंगे आप
पट्टी में आईडी चल रही है और क्या क्या चलेगा
हटिए हटिए
और क्या क्या चलेगा
एक मिनट बाद
भाई जाने दीजिए उनको
आगे
आइए अंदर तो आईडी दिखा मुझे इन लोगों से
मैंने आपको बताया मेरे पास समझ नहीं आया मैं बाइट कर रहा हूँ जो रिश्तेदार आए हुए हैं जॉइंट सीपी
मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए
आप छोड़े ना
आप छोड़िए ना क्या है ये
हमारा हाथ पकड़ी हमने नहीं पकड़ा नोट करो जाके नोट
नाम बता दीजिए अपना
मौत मिट्टी में नाम पूछते हैं पैदा हुए बच्चे का नाम पूछते हैं मरे हुए आदमी से
नहीं आपका नाम पूछ
बस इतनी बातें काफी है जान लो
बिना नाम एंट्री नहीं
ले आओ मिट्टी में ये देख लेंगे ले आओ ये हम देखेंगे
नहीं अभी नहीं कोई आया
तो फिर बस फिर जाने दो जहाँ है वहाँ देख लेंगे
आईडी मेरे पास है प्लीज इनको जाने
हाँ लाइए आईडी लाइए आईडी लाइए
आप हटिए तो यहाँ से
नहीं आईडी दे दीजिए ना गिर जाएंगे आप
पट्टी में आईडी चल रही है और क्या क्या चलेगा
हटिए हटिए
और क्या क्या चलेगा
एक मिनट बाद
भाई जाने दीजिए उनको
आगे
आइए अंदर तो आईडी दिखा मुझे इन लोगों से
मैंने आपको बताया मेरे पास समझ नहीं आया मैं बाइट कर रहा हूँ जो रिश्तेदार आए हुए हैं जॉइंट सीपी
मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए
आप छोड़े ना
Details, Abhishek, a bit of a commotion there. What is the suspicion of the police? Because they're not allowing anyone to go in without their identity cards, but here the woman is insisting.
नाम बता दीजिए
मौत मिट्टी में नाम पूछते हैं पैदा हुए बच्चे का नाम पूछते हैं मरे हुए आदमी से
नहीं आपका नाम पूछ
बस इतनी बातें काफी है जान लो
बिना नाम एंट्री नहीं
ले आओ मिट्टी में ये देख लेंगे ले आओ ये हम देखेंगे
नहीं अभी नहीं कोई आया
तो फिर बस फिर जाने दो जहाँ है वहाँ देख लेंगे
आईडी मेरे पास है प्लीज इनको जाने
हाँ लाइए आईडी लाइए आईडी लाइए
आप हटिए तो यहाँ से
नहीं आईडी दे दीजिए ना गिर जाएंगे आप
पट्टी में आईडी चल रही है और क्या क्या चलेगा
हटिए हटिए
और क्या क्या चलेगा
एक मिनट बाद
भाई जाने दीजिए उनको
आगे
आइए अंदर तो आईडी दिखा मुझे इन लोगों से
मैंने आपको बताया मेरे पास समझ नहीं आया मैं बाइट कर रहा हूँ जो रिश्तेदार आए हुए हैं जॉइंट सीपी
मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए मैं बेटी हूँ मैं पकड़ी हूँ छोड़ दीजिए
आप छोड़े ना
आप छोड़िए ना क्या है ये
हमारा हाथ पकड़ी हमने नहीं पकड़ा नोट करो जाके नोट
Two women in a burqa, not
मौत मिट्टी में नाम पूछते हैं पैदा हुए बच्चे का नाम पूछते हैं मरे हुए आदमी से
नहीं आपका नाम पूछ
बस इतनी बातें काफी है जान लो
बिना नाम एंट्री नहीं
ले आओ मिट्टी में ये देख लेंगे ले आओ ये हम देखेंगे
नहीं अभी नहीं कोई आया
Abhishek Mishra is getting us more details on that. Abhishek, a bit of a commotion there as the two women insistent on attending the last riots but refusing to even give their names out, forget the identity cards. That is a complete no.
Well, certainly, Sneha, as I told you earlier also, there are only few people who were allowed. Only the identification they will be allowed, and that is the only reason that those two women were not allowed, and there were restriction on their arrival, and that is the only reason that they were not allowed when they were asked to produce an identity, and at the same time, they were not allowed to come inside the burial ground. Yes. Yes.
Been allowed, Abhishek?
Hello?
Okay, going back to Abhishek in a moment from now, but we're getting in these pictures on your screen. From the burial ground in Prayagraj, where Assad, Gangster Assad, is going to be buried any time now, where the last riots will take place. Mother and fugitive Shaista is on the run. Two women clad in a burqa tried to enter the burial ground, and we'll try to get a sense of whether they've been allowed or not, given that they refused to even say who they were and did not produce their ID cards as well. So a bit of a commotion there, refusing to speak with the press. We'll try and go back to Abhishek in a moment from now. But remember, we're getting you all the details of the burial, which will happen any time now, any moment now. This is Don Atiq Ahmed's son, gunned down by the UP police on Thursday. Once again, we'll put out those visuals for our viewers to give a sense of how this man who was gunned down by the police was brought up. In fact, we have pictures exclusive with us, videos of a young Assad, just 12 years of age, firing shots in the air during a wedding ceremony. because of which, after which, in fact, he was praised by his uncle Ashraf, who also is in fact under arrest and is being interrogated and questioned in connection with the Umesh Pal murder case. Also his father, Atiq Ahmed, who seemed to be praising him in that video. We'll put that out for our viewers. But right now we're reporting on some commotion at the burial ground where two women in a burqa tried to enter the burial ground. We'll try and get a sense from Abhishek once again on whether they've been allowed or not. They refused to produce an ID card, as is mandatory for all the kin of the gangsters who are, the two gangsters who are being buried now. The police is not letting anyone without an ID card to enter the burial ground. The names are getting jotted down. Only the close relatives are allowed at the burial site. And only the ones who are in fact producing an identity card will be allowed to take part in the last rites.
2016 में ना ही अतीक अहमद ने कभी सोचा था कि अंजाम इतना भयानक होगा और यही वजह है कि अतीक अहमद जब जेल की बैन में था, प्रिजन बैन में था,
Samarth Srivastav is now getting us more details. Samarth, we saw there was some amount of commotion there at the burial ground with those two women clad in a burqa trying to enter the burial ground. What more can you tell us?
Well, exactly. There is a sense of anger in the locality of Chakia because they are being disallowed by the UP police to enter inside the burial ground where Assad's body is being buried out here. But if you'll see the force right around there, around the corner, you will be seeing a lot of RAF Jawans out here. It is the location I'm reporting from just outside the graveyard area, and if you would see that it is having an area of silence, the entire area. While there, what you can see is the complete force and ambulance you will be seeing inside, and that is that particular van in which the dead body of Assad came from Jhansi. Since late night it was traveling, and today around 15 minutes back the body arrived at this particular location, and now you'll be seeing a lot of barricades around and such things happening out here. Even women police corps are also there posted here. While some locals you could be seeing they are from family. See, the advocate of Atiq Ahmed has already arrived out here, and he has got the permission to enter inside, and now he will move inside, and some people you will be seeing inside. These are the family members of Atiq Ahmed or Assad Ahmed, and they are only allowed. No local from the locality of Chakia are allowed inside, and you will be seeing a lot of police corps moving in and out to maintain things out here. While you will be they will be wearing a bulletproof jackets out here, body worn. So these are the things. They are also wearing the helmets out here because anything could happen here. Sensitivity of this area is at its peak right now because there is a sense of emotion because they are not even questioning the encounter but also questioning the disallowance of them moving inside at the graveyard. At the grave of Assad, you will be seeing the visuals from inside. A lot of police corps out here, posted here. So this is a big thing coming in, and we can expect in the next 30 minutes, the burial thing will be over. Though the question still arises whether Shaista would arrive or not. So far, no sign of Shaista's appearance has come to light. But police has made proper arrangements for that particular reason, so that if Shaista comes in, then UP police could arrest him. How?
Samarth, in fact, once again, take us to the bandobast that you see in this entire area, and also to tell our viewers that our managing editor, Gaurav Sawant, is with us here in the studios. But before I go to Gaurav, a quick update there from Samarth on the current police bandobast there.
Well, exactly, you will be seeing the visuals out here. I have been joined by a lot of RAF Jawans out here. You will be seeing they are having the proper weapons. They've got guns, they have got canes, they have got bulletproof jackets, and they've also got many other things with them so that nothing bad happens, because this is such a sensitive area. Chakia, the area belonging to Atiq Ahmed, this area still has an emotion for Atiq Ahmed, and when we spoke to them, they were questioning the encounter. They were saying why police disallowed them, because the major update out here is UP police has disallowed any other local from Chakia or entire Prayagraj to enter inside the graveyard apart from the family. And you will be seeing a lot of fire vehicles are also arriving as per the protocol whenever such things happen. And not just the RAF Jawans, but around the bandobast of Uttar Pradesh police out here. You will be seeing the visuals out here, what I am trying to show you. Barricades, women police corps, what India Today TV yesterday broke for Shaista. They will be having a lot of women police corps who will be covering their faces as well with helmet on their head. While at the back of you will be seeing the senior police officers along with the ambulance which came directly from Jhansi and has arrived here around 15 minutes back. And this is the place, this is the graveyard where Assad, the son of Atiq Ahmed, will be buried along with his grandfather and grandmother. That means the father and mother of Atiq Ahmed. Though Atiq wanted to come here and stay here for the final rites, but as per the reports, as per the statements given by the advocate of Atiq Ahmed, court was closed yesterday. And so, but still, police during police interrogation, Atiq kept on saying that he wants to meet his son. He wants to appear in the final rites of his son. But at the end of the day, it was the call of court, and as court was closed, and it is around 9:30 a.m. So court would open today at around 10 a.m. So it was completely impossible for Atiq Ahmed to arrive here, and that in case that his petition regarding that particular his appearance in this particular area automatically gets cancelled, because at 10 a.m. the court will open, while this burial process will be completed in just 30 to 40 minutes. So that's a big thing coming. But what I can show you, Gaurav, there is an area of silence around this particular area. This is Chakia, and you will be seeing complete shutdown. I have already shown the shops, the doors of shops were closed, and these RAF Jawans, it is not a thing that UP police has told them to close their shops or stay inside their homes. It is just that you will be seeing a lot of women out here on the terrace, lot of guys on the terrace. We have been going through around the area, but with such tight security and an emotion for Atiq Ahmed in this Chakia locality, there is an area of silence. You will be seeing the larger, wider look out here. What cameraman Neeraj will show you. A wider look from here, you will be seeing not a single vehicle, not a single normal person, a commoner would be roaming out here. You will just be seeing the force, the trucks of Uttar Pradesh police, RAF Jawans with equipped weapons, and just that, nothing other than that you will be seeing out here. And I'll again mention, police haven't told them to close their shops or don't come out their houses. They have just disallowed them to enter inside the graveyard, keeping the law and order thing in the mind, keeping the thing of Atiq Ahmed being the gangster of the locality. And so that's a big concern for Uttar Pradesh police, and that's why such emotion is coming. And there's some movement out here, what I can notice. Cameraman Neeraj will pan the camera out there. Some policemen are going inside. It may be that the burial process might be completed, but such visuals coming in from here showing the heavy police deployment tells a complete story that how ready the bandobast of Uttar Pradesh police is, and it will be a matter of hardly 3 to 4 or 15 minutes max to max, then this burial thing would be over. Back to you.
All right, 15 minutes or so from now, Samar, be with us. In fact, like I mentioned earlier, our managing editor Gaurav Sawant is also with us here from the studios. But before I go to Gaurav, a quick update on what's happening right now on the ground. In fact, a while ago, and we'll put those pictures out once again for our viewers, of 2 women who tried to enter the burial ground, and we'll put out those sound bites as well, refusing to speak with the press, not wanting to give out their identities, also not willing to produce an ID card. We'll put that sound bite once again for our viewers.
प्लीज इनको जाने
हाँ लाइए आईडी लाइए आईडी लाइए
हटिए तो यहाँ से
आईडी दे दीजिए ना गिर जाएंगे आप
पट्टी में आईडी चल रही है और क्या क्या चलेगा
हटिए हटिए
और क्या क्या चलेगा
एक मिनट बाद
भाई जाने दीजिए उनको
आगे
आइए अंदर तो आईडी दिखा दीजिए।
मैंने आपको बताया, मेरे पास समझ नहीं आया, मैं फाइट कर रहा हूँ, जो रिश्तेदार आए हुए हैं जॉइंट सीपी
मैं बेटी हूँ, मैं पकड़ी हूँ, छोड़ दीजिए, मैं बेटी हूँ, मैं पकड़ी हूँ, छोड़ दीजिए।
फिर बस फिर जाने दो, जहाँ है वहाँ देख लेंगे।
आईडी मेरे पास है, प्लीज इनको जाने।
हाँ लाइए आईडी लाइए आईडी लाइए
हटिए तो यहाँ से
आईडी दे दीजिए ना गिर जाएंगे आप
पट्टी में आईडी चल रही है और क्या क्या चलेगा
हटिए हटिए
और क्या क्या चलेगा
एक मिनट बाद
भाई जाने दीजिए उनको
आगे
आइए अंदर तो आईडी दिखा दीजिए।
मैंने आपको बताया, मेरे पास समझ नहीं आया, मैं फाइट कर रहा हूँ, जो रिश्तेदार आए हुए हैं जॉइंट सीपी
मैं बेटी हूँ, मैं पकड़ी हूँ, छोड़ दीजिए, मैं बेटी हूँ, मैं पकड़ी हूँ, छोड़ दीजिए।
आप छोड़े ना,
आप छोड़िए ना, क्या
2 women women there trying to enter the burial ground. Gaurav, there is commotion, but the police can't take any chances. The identity card has to be produced. These women are not willing to give out their names, even as there is speculation, Gaurav, that